bathroom, like you don't have to sit. It's all good, you know? One of the things I find extremely helpful is moving through some of this stuff and deciding some transitions and things like that without any music. So I know what the movement pathway is, and then I can set it to music after. So we were here for that throw, and then I'm going to do a choppy choppy, chop, 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 and then maybe after that a little pulse. So here, ta, 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 pulse, and let's see how that sits. I'm just going to start burning at the beginning because it's a lot. Slow motif into the chest, into the weird head thing which turns me. I walk up the stairs, nope, go back down, wait, turn, or ta-da, ta-da, ta. Chop, chop, I'm gonna wait, there's another piano thing there and I so wanna go there, but I'm gonna wait, chop, chop. And then this kind of after, soft, the piano goes down, I'm gonna pull up, land low, and then it winds down and I'm gonna wind up. Left, wait, left, chop, chop, ta-dum, ka, ta-da, boom, down, Let's do a whole turn around, loosen the right leg, land on the right leg. And then let's not do back the foot, that's weird. I mean, it's weird, but.
I was gonna say, when does that ever
I know, okay, it doesn't feel
No.
right. How about that? It doesn't feel right. Let me do that section again into the second part of B. It's weird, I'm not doing that. Because this is all pretty normal. I'm going to try not to do that. No moving, Audra. Do you hear me? No moving. So I'm saving face here, and chest, maybe I need to lose face a little bit there, as long as I bring my head over this way. maybe I need to lose space there, so it needs to be a little bit more closing off, protecting myself, running up the stairs and back, close off. I could add some belly dance stuff here. So I often think of belly dance movement as transitional over top of the shapes and foot patterns and the framework, I guess, that I make that is not belly dance related. I have a video of how I made the motif, which I can post for you, so you can see how that emerged. Because it didn't start off with figure eights in it, a figure eight. And then close. Here, kick, run, close, ta-da, ta-da, ta. I could do instead of turning or turn. A natural thing to do there would be to undulate into this foot. What else could I do? Then it makes it too swooshy. Down, down. Oh, I could do that, but that seems complicated. I'm not going to do anything now. I'm just going to do ta, ta. I could have this one turn into a chest. I could do all chest. Down. There, into the hip. Ta, ka, ta. Something like that. Yeah. Let me dance it with the feeling of like losing face, saving face, and see how that works before I go on to a different section.
This part
Did
really, like that came across that, oh, I'm protecting myself. Oh, I'm letting myself open.
Letting myself open, but still a little uncomfortable. It felt good, and sometimes stuff like that works, so I would have to probably record it and then look and see. Yeah, but now that I know that, I'm going to keep some version of that. I don't remember anything these days, and so I have to write everything down. I'm not sure I ever remembered anything, really, as far as choreography goes. So, section 4 is safe face, motif, slow. Square bracket, weight ends on left. Chest goes left, down, look down right, and even up. What is that thing? I always use square brackets when I talk about where my weight is. Overhead thing left, pivot, close on left to face stage right. Right foot kicks back to right left, releve, climb up my stairs, and then down the stairs, right left. Seems like a big hole right here. that time I went right, left, right, I think. I did something weird there, so I'm not too sure about this with pattern. Turn, is that way clockwise? Sure. Oh, so this is for A, and this is not for B. Right? No, not yet. Yes. No. Chop, chop. Right now, chop. Chop, wait. Wait left. And then wait right. Right arm chop. With right hip push. Chop, chop. Piano down. Oh, left arm rotation. That's really soft. Piano down. I go up. I land. Quick turn. Clockwise. And then I do right should say back. And then say left right back. And then we're at B, which is 8 counts. Breath. 8 counts. Left foot switch right. 16 count. Arms back. With arms. Loose face. With loose face arms. So I would also record this so that I would have a little bit more representation than just these notes. And at this point, I'm also not totally fixed as far as where it's happening, and I'm pointing at the camera, where it's happening at the music. So it still has some leeway. I've made it so it all fits, but maybe this is too much stuff. Maybe it's not enough stuff if I want to go opposite. Maybe this is still too much stuff. So I'm not going to get totally attached and one-enda, two-enda, although oftentimes I do that. But this piece is quite methodical and organic sounding, like a piece of music. And so I feel like I could stick any of this anywhere and it would be okay. So I'm going to leave that for now so I can go on to a different section and then see what happens when I come back to it. So ordinarily, what I would do is decide, what time is it? 4. Okay. Oh, so much. So ordinarily, what I would decide to do next would be based on where I started. So if I started at 4, I might want to then go to section 5, which is when kind of everything kicks in. But since we're doing weird shit today, let's just pick numbers. See where I go next. So, Sarah, where are we going next?
What?
Oh, first! To the beginning!
Very good place to start.
It's a good place to start. All right. So, let me play the beginning for those of you that don't know the song. So this section is only 23 seconds long, so it's not long. It is also the very beginning of the piece. So I want to stick with my opposite theme, just like to prove a point, and just to continue with that. However, it's also the beginning of the piece. So that is going to influence what I do slightly. I'm going to do opposite in that I'm going to do the fucking same thing for 8 counts. Which is not what I would want to do here, because I feel like it develops. Up So I'm gonna not open up. I'm gonna do the same thing for 8 counts. What do you hear? What is the most predominant thing that you hear? Just an asking question. Curiosity.
I think that's
What do you hear?
I said it's like a TikTok.
The TikToky thing?
Yeah.
Do you hear the piano? Right. I know, it's so weird how differently people hear this. Yeah. I feel this is rolling, and I'm cringing saying this because I'm doing the opposite. I feel it's rolling, and I feel it's growing, and I feel it's just, it's fluid, and so I'm not going to do that. So, I would hit all of those little TikToky things normally, and so I'm not going to do that. Let's see how that feels. So the TikToky things are like, there's a clap on 3, there's a glitch on 5, and 6 and there's something, and then there's a clap. So that would mean I would need to do like 1, 2, 4, 5, and 8. Let's see how that feels, Audra.
elbow.
Oh, thank you. Elbow.
Hip.
Hip.
Could be worse. I could have said spleen.
Where is your spleen? Where is your spleen? I don't even know. Elbow. Hip. Knee. Knee. Let's be weird. Elbow, hip, knee. Okay, those are my 3 body parts. Elbow. I'm going to hit with all 3 of them. Elbow, knee, no, elbow, elbow, hip, elbow, knee, hip. I feel like knee and hip are related. Maybe I shouldn't do knee.
How about toe?
Okay then.
No knee,
Elbow.
just do a toe.
Elbow, hip, toe. I can't just do one. They're all coming.
Sure.
Elbow, hip, toe. All right, that's all I'm doing. 1, 2, 4, and then I'm going to bring my elbow back on 8. She says. I can't do the 1 at first, so I'm just going to do toe hip. I mean hip toe. 1. Okay, there we go. Well, section 1 is done then. I'm standing with my hands on my hips. 1, 2, 4. Right elbow, forward, 2, right hip up, and 4, right toe, toes up. And at 8, right elbow comes back. Times 4. Jesus. That's kind of messed up, guys. Okay then, right. Section 1, hi.
Hi.
Come in. Are you here to watch me make things?
Yeah.
Okay, woo, welcome. It's a little bit of a weird making in that it's opposite day, so I'm doing things that I would not normally want to do, and we're taking a little chance with things. Let's pick the next section. Here you go, madame. I'm afraid. 2! Oh, okay, well I just did 1. So now 2. Let's listen to it. So here we are at 1. Well, if it's opposite day, then what do we hear in this part? Let me start it at the beginning of section 2. It's kind of the same as the first even though it's the first time in choreography, we're working backwards, so we've already done section 4. I'm going to take some of my pieces of section 4, and I'm going to do them in the second section. First section is weird and abstract. I'm going to look at that as people getting used to the music. They will know this song because it's going to be played multiple times at the show. However, if you've never heard the song before, it gives you a chance to hear the song. It gives people a chance when I'm dancing it to see what I'm doing to it, which is being weird. And then section 2, I'm going to introduce some of my motifs. So I'm going to get myself into a position to do almost the whole save face motif. And then in various ways, I'm going to protect myself and come into the loose face. And then I'm going to mimic this action of closing up. And then I'm going to do a little bit of some rond de jambe, and maybe even some of the running stuff that I did from section 4. So I'm going to put 1 on and let it play into 2, and just play with those ideas for right now. I'm not going to set anything, I'm just going to see what comes up. of being opposite day. But also bridge to the end and start of the phrase. So I'm not going to acknowledge the phrasing in that part. And these I would normally do really fast, toot, toot, toot. So I'm going to try to do them slow. It doesn't feel all that great, but slow, slow, slow. And I would normally bring my foot here and close down, and that's kind of what the motif is that I haven't done yet. So I'm gonna try not to do that and try just to keep it in my arms. Let me see how that works.
Bridging between phrases.
Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the phrase ends and then it starts again on 1. I'm going to try going from like 5 or 6 into like 2 or 3 instead of ending on 8 and starting on 1 again.
Oh.
Yeah. So 5, 6, 7, 8 at the end of the first section is the piano kind of goes up, doo 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 doo. So I'm going down and I'm going to try to get into a position to do this motif without my left arm to start. And then I'm going to come into this and try and bridge that phrase. And then I don't know what, to come over here, and there was something like this again. Over on this side, and then another down. And then I lift it up, and then there's another 5, 6, 7, 8 that's cut out. So I'm gonna borrow from my hacking over at the other in phrase 4. I went here and here. Come, ta, pa, and into a motif again, maybe? Let's see if that works. motif, fa, fa, 1, 2. I think I went on 4 or 5 there. Little motif flash here, same thing. Coming up into a reverse sort of version of this rond-de-jambe into ka, and then a big turn, loosening that right foot again for section 2. So I'm going to do 1 into 2. So my goal, I'm sorry, what is your name?
Stephanie.
Stephanie. I feel like I've met you before. Do we know each other?
I don't think so.
No?
Ashley told me about
Ah, okay.
our studio. So.
There you go. Hi, nice to meet you. So what I've been doing is basically like a rough sketch of things in order not to get caught up in the nitty-gritty details. So with that idea still in mind, I could spend like an hour just doing that part and I'm not going to get caught up in it. So I'm going to write it down. So I start and I do my safe base motif. And then I'm going to go into 3, 5, 2. Right shoulder, left shoulder, forward and a fold. 3, still. Don't go on that freaking glitch. Around 4 or 5, I'm going to go right, left. Ta-ta. And then I do one over there. 2 face, downstage left. And then I'm going to go, I think I went like 7. Let's go 7, maybe 1 and 2, something like that for a right left fold again. And then I'm stepping back, right left-ish into my rond-de-jambe, loose face, arms. And then the cutout to the left. Cut out, left, right, smacky guy, and turn up. All right.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If it was an opposite day,
Yes.
when you do the first section of a piece, because you said it sort of grows and builds, would you still kind of do something kind of more slow
Sparse?
for
Yeah.
the audience to get used to it? And introduce your motif in section 2?
I might introduce some of the motif here. Right, so I might do it more to match the sound. Picking and choosing what I wanted to do, so that was a lot of moving. I probably want to do even less than that. And then in 2, I might, in section 2, if it were not opposite day, I might want to take whatever framework I made in 2 and flesh that out a little bit more fully. Yeah. Yeah. My theory is don't bombard them with everything at the beginning because they won't remember anything. They're still getting used to you. They're getting used to what you're wearing. They're getting used to your persona as a dancer, how you're feeling the energy. So you're setting the mood. Like in a story or in a movie, you know when they play the credits and they kind of like film noir, it's like smoky and dark. And If it's like an animated movie, they'll have a bubbly song on and there'll be lots of color. That's what you're doing at the beginning. You're setting the mood. So I'm setting a little bit of a weird mood at the beginning for this, but then I also, in the section 2, I start to introduce my motifs. Timing-wise, it's opposite, for sure. But I still have content, a little bit of content in there. So it's not just random stuff outside of section 1.
Once, and there's nowhere to go to.
Right, there's nowhere to go to. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So I've got section 1, weird as it is. I've got section 2. I've got section 4. You pick one. Here you go. Your turn. This is such a funny way to make a dance. Oh! Okay, no, put it back.
I was hoping for like 6 or something.
I know, let's not do, yeah, well, now there's only 5 or 6. So it'd be fun, pick 6. Or maybe we should just stop picking 5. Okay, let's stop picking and let's just do 6. Because 6 is the end. So normally I would not do that. Normally I did 4, I would do everything. However, having said that, I have section 4 done, and I have 1 and 2 done. So I have the meat of my movement at this point is pretty much all in there. So I have enough movement-wise to make my ending, which is section 6. The meat, movement-wise, I look at as all of the movements that mean something, that are important, that are not transitional, that are not traveling, merely to take me from one place on the stage to another. So some of these movements have some significance. The motifs that I was using, they mean something to me, and then that forms the meaning of the dance, which not all dances have meaning, but this one does. And so I have enough to make this end section. I just don't necessarily know. I think of section 5 as being the highlight. So I don't know what the highlight is yet. But basically the highlight is going to be all of the meat in a dense way with probably some fancy footwork or fancy staging or something like exciting, right? Because it's got everything. So the end, let's listen to, since you guys don't know the song totally, let me play from section 4 on, and I'll tell you what section we're at so you can start to hear a little bit of the shape of the piece. So. Second part of section 4. musically speaking. And it's a lot of strumming of a guitar with a little piano accompaniment. So it is 4 8 counts and an extra strum on one to end. So in total I have 5 strums of a guitar, and I'm gonna do 5 things, movements and or poses to move through. So my first one, I'm gonna do the first motif that I was working with for section 4. So 1 strum.
Notice she's not asking us for
No, I'm not asking because I have to put everything. No, because I have to put everything together now.
Right.
I'll ask you for more stuff, but not now because I need
This is
to
the end,
draw
wrapping
from.
it up.
Yeah, I have to draw from what I already have. So no, I'm not
You
asking.
can't introduce new stuff.
I don't want to introduce
Yeah.
new stuff, right? So I have to pull from what I already have. So I'm going to do first strum, and then second strum, my leg is in the back, and I'm going to do a rond de jambe and close the arms for a second strum. Third strum, I'm going to continue in this direction, and I'm going to, no, let's do everything all together. It was this, this, and this in the first part, and I'm going to just come down for the third strum. Fourth strum, oh, I haven't done this motif yet. So I'm here, I mean this is kind of it, but not really. Ha, I could strum this way. I have to decide how I want to end. So the last strum is kind of my end pose. So this piece is about the idea of like losing face. Do I want to end humiliated or not? I don't know. Let me put it on. Section 5. This is going to feel and look totally different depending on my choice. Saving face as being like arrogant, pompous, right? Like proud. But there's also saving face like, okay, I've been like put down and now.
Nobody can humiliate me with that. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. So the first one, strum here. Next one, third one here. Don't go on one for the next one. I would do ridiculous. And then let's be like big and open. Yeah? Maybe that's all I need for 5. Don't need much more than that, especially because that last section is busy.